All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all praises and all glory to
Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Rakakwadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today.
Right.
And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life
For Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai's sake.
We're the brothers from GMS Miami. I'm Brother Samak.
I'm your brother Zakaria.
Yeah, today we're going to go in how you're going to know a prophet had been among you.
That's right.
See, the prophecies are speaking now. You know, and we hear the prophets of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai mainly here at Great Millstone. All right, we've been saying this, all right, for many years.
Yep.
All right, our apostles and elders have been saying it for decades.
Yep.
All right, you know, especially when it comes to the Mark of the Beast RFID chip.
Yep.
All right, when it comes to World War III, okay, Jacob's Trouble, all right.
Yep.
Our apostle elders and us, we've been saying this, and now it's speaking.
Right.
All right, and that's how you're going to know a prophet has been among you when you're getting judged.
Yep.
Because a lot of our people here in Babylon the Great, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, the majority of you, the masses of you, okay, are going to die a horrible death because you didn't take heed to the prophets.
Right.
All right, but you're going to know, all right, when you get in your judgment that a prophet have been among you when it happens, especially when it comes to that chip, that RFID chip, the Mark of the Beast, which we're going to go into because I came across an article which is very interesting. But you got it, brother.
Yep. And if I may add to you, in our apostles and elders, you know, they never changed. They never changed the breakdowns of the MOTB. So that's who you know who the true prophets are.
Yeah, we can get into that. IUIC's changing like a chameleon, man. You know, got it. Yeah.
God, this is the book of Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 33. It says, "And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come."
Notice the Lord said, "Lo, it will come."
Yep.
All right, it will come. So yeah, the hour of temptation is coming.
Yep.
All right, World War III is literally kicking through the door. All right, the whole world is getting engulfed in it. All right, so it's coming, man, and it's here. All right, so you got it.
Yep. This book of Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 33, it says, "And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet have been among them."
Right. Then you're going to know a prophet have been among you. All right. And we're the prophets. We can say this confidently, humbly, but boldly.
Yep.
All right. That we're the prophets because we never changed up, especially when it comes to the RFID chip, the Mark of the Beast. Now IUIC, all right, is slowly going into what we're saying.
Right.
All right. First it was embargoes.
Yeah.
Then it was sin, Christianity. Then it was Caesar's money.
Yeah.
Okay, remember that?
Yeah, Nero.
Nero Caesar money.
Yeah.
Daughter.
His picture on it or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And now they're talking about digital ID and how they're going to do a controlled demolition of the economy and they're going to get rid of the dollar to go into this digital system. Interesting.
Right.
Which we've been saying that. Okay. All right. And that's why, there's going to be a heavy shakeup amongst IUIC. You're going to see a lot of their followers, all right, leave them.
Yep.
Going to be like, okay, those that have been selected as the elect.
Yep.
All right, but you got it.
I had a precept real quick. This is the book of John chapter 15 and verse 22. It says, "If I had not come and spoken unto them, they have not sinned, but now they have no cloak for their sins." So now you don't have no excuse now. You heard the truth, man. This truth went viral, you know, around the world. That's why you got different camps, brothers in different camps, you know, throughout the earth, man. You got Israelites coming against the truth, but you already know a prophet was amongst you, man. So you ain't got no excuses now, man. All right.
That's right. Have they not heard?
Right.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah, I heard, man. Okay. So
with that Jeremiah.
Yeah.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 1 and verse 4. I'm sorry, verse 4. It says, "Then the word of the Lord came unto me, saying," verse 5, "Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations."
And that, proves that you don't have free will. Okay?
Right.
The Lord chooses who he wants to prophesy his words. Okay? And the Lord raised up, okay, certain men to prophesy the truth.
Yep.
Okay? According to the will of the Lord. All right? And you're going to see those men Mainly here at Great Millstone, those that follow the doctrine of Great Millstone.
Yep.
Okay? To spare and power Yahweh Bashim Shai. And they're going to declare his name.
Yeah.
They're going to say Yahweh Bashim Shai.
Yep.
They're not going to say Jesus.
Right.
Okay? All these, okay, these Jesus freaks, man, they're being confounded daily, meaning put to shame.
Right.
They're false prophets.
Yep.
You know? But you got it.
I got a precept real quick. This is Amos chapter 2 and verse 11 says, "And I raise up of your sons for prophets, and of your young men for Nazarites. Is it not even thus, O ye children of Israel, saith the Lord?" So the true prophets going to be Israelites, man. All right.
That's a good one.
You know, the true Israelites, I mean, the true prophets going to be Israelites, man. All right. That Yahweh Shem Shah ordained, that's going to be coming in his name, like the brothers going into. They're not going to be talking about Christ or Ahia, all those different other names. They're going to come in the true names and going to tell you the truth, because if they don't, their blood going to be upon them.
That's right. That's why we take this seriously, especially when it comes, all right, to the main prophecy, the RFID chip, the mark of the beast, man. Okay? All right? We're going to get into an article. It's very interesting, you know, because the Lord put the Spirit on me to continue following the Elon Musk's first guinea pig,
right?
The paraplegic Nolan. Okay, and it's interesting what he said, since he had that brain chip in his head for a year. You know, we'll go into it. You got it.
Yep. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 1, verse 5 again. It says, "Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations."
Right, we're prophets unto the nations. All right, the prophets, like the apostle elders always say, the prophets are the most important, okay, men on the earth.
That's right.
All right, it ain't no president, it ain't no king. All right, it ain't your celebrity idiot.
Right.
All right, that's all you see now, just folly amongst these celebrities.
Yeah.
What's the new buzz talk? Shannon Sharp with the
20 and
19-year-old. You know, that you know, those are not okay. Who the Lord raised up to be the spokesperson for His will. Okay,
right.
Those are assholes, and they're being exposed because they received their consolation.
Right.
You know, they sold out. Now it's time for them, all right, to be defamed.
Yep.
All right, that's why the scriptures say a good name is more precious than get Ecclesiastes chapter 7, just verse 1. You know, this scripture always comes to my mind, man. Yep. You want to have a good name, a good rapport, man. You got it.
This book of Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 1, it says, "A good name is better than precious ointment in the day of death than the day of one's birth."
Precious ointment than the day of death than the day of one's birth. All right, so you don't want to have a shame to your name,
right?
You know, you notice how all these celebrities, they're being put to shame. Yep. You know, Kanye West and his weirdo, statements about his cousin, and now Shannon Sharp, and the rest of these idiots, man,
right?
Okay,
yeah, because this, the glory that you get on this is all tainted, man. Yeah. You know, it's not. Once you get high up there, they're gonna come and get you with like they're gonna accuse you of something, man. Your glory not gonna be like in the kingdom. The elect, they're gonna be glorified there. You ain't gonna find no mishaps with them, man.
Right.
All right. What y'all do is y'all sell your soul, and then y'all get demonized, man.
Yep. And then they're proud.
Yeah.
After they get caught, then they become more proud and more just arrogant.
Right.
And that's why the Lord's gonna kill a lot of our people, man. Start with you celebrities. They don't need you celebrities anymore. That's why all this is coming out. The Illuminati, the secret societies, the ones that really are in the power seat on the left-hand side. They don't need idiots like Kanye West and Shannon Sharp no more. They did their, they're looking at the money. They're like, we're not making money off these guys anymore. Fuck them. Throw them under the bus.
That's it.
You know? Yep. All right? So, yeah, man. You got it, bro.
Yep. Is Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 6 says, you want to continue more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeremiah 1, verse 6 says, "Then said I, Lord Power, Yahweh, Bashim al-Shai, behold, I cannot speak, for I am a child." Verse 7, "But the Lord said unto me, say not, I am a child, for thou shalt go to all that I shall send thee, and whatsoever I command thee, thou shalt speak."
And the Lord commands us via the scriptures, Speak to His people. Yep. The words of prophecy, because they're faithful and true. Yep. Whether they will hear or forbear. That's the Lord commanding us. All right. So that and that's why we are confident and bold and pushing the words of the Lord, because we don't give a damn if you believe or not.
That's right.
You got it.
Verse 8, Jeremiah 1:8, it says, "Be not afraid of their faces,
See?
for I am with thee to deliver thee, saith the Lord."
And that's confidence and faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. We're not afraid of you, okay, scoffers and you unbelievers, man. All right? We know the Lord's on our side.
Yep.
The angels of the Lord campeth about, man.
Right.
All right? Those that fear and call upon his name.
Mm-hmm.
All right? We have angels on our side. Who do you have?
Right.
All right? Some fiat currency.
Yeah.
All right? And this wicked government that don't like you,
Yep.
that's poisoning your food and your air.
Yep.
Okay? Like just the other day, I just see chemtrails.
Yeah.
Broad day, they don't give a fuck anymore.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
At the beach.
Yeah,
Like,
just we saw it.
Yeah, we saw
it
that shit,
there
yeah.
when we were teaching.
Yeah.
Just spraying the sky, spraying these
Crazy.
people like bugs. We're supposed to be scared of these fucking people,
Right.
when their own government is fucking spraying them like
Yeah.
bugs. Fuck that. Fuck y'all, man.
Yeah,
You got it.
They just celebrate Easter.
Yeah, fucking playing with bunnies and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump and the bunny and the brown bunny. You know,
True, man.
you know this is why, hey man, this truth is precious, all right. But it also emboldens us, man.
Right.
You know, and that's why we give praise and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, okay? Because we clearly see like these people ain't got it,
Yeah.
and we don't give a damn about what you say and think about us, man.
Right.
At the end of the day, the scoreboard is us.
Yeah, we winning.
We winning.
Yep.
All right. Y'all motherfuckers is losing,
Yeah, it's a
and we
blowout.
see it every day, man.
Yeah.
All right. You're not getting nothing on the fucking points.
Right.
You know.
Shut out.
Yeah.
Is like baseball, you hit a no hitter. Like all
Yeah.
y'all went up to bat, everybody got struck out.
Yeah.
This is Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 8. It says, "Be not afraid of their faces, for I am with thee to deliver thee, saith the Lord."
Mm-hmm.
Verse 9, "Then the Lord put forth his hand and touched my mouth. And the Lord said unto me, Behold, I have put my words in thy mouth." Verse 10, "See, I have this day set thee over the nations
Mm-hmm.
and over the kingdoms,
Mhm.
to root out and to pull down and to destroy and to throw down, to build and to plant."
And that's what we're doing, man.
Yep.
All right. As we speak the words of the Lord, man, the things are happening, and the Lord is bringing this kingdom down.
Yep.
All right. And we clearly see it. This is a crumbling empire, man.
It's done.
All right. America's on its way out. All right. These people are divided amongst each other. We're just waiting for the RFID chip, the
That's
mark of the beast. You know,
waiting
which once they make that mandatory, that's it. This place is gonna go out. All right, in nuclear destruction.
Yep.
You know. So you want to bring one more thing out before I get this article?
Oh, no, you can get it out.
So
Yeah.
I just came across this article. It's from Marca.com. Now they got this from the BBC, but the headlines, spoke volumes. It said the experience of the first man to undergo a brain chip implant from Elon Musk's company. Quote, "I lost control."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I'm gonna go to the BBC article because it's more in depth. All right. He basically says, where is it at? It's at the bottom because they always put all the stuff at the bottom because they know most people won't read. Here it is. So it says right here, he told this, and I'll put this in the description. He told the BBC he hoped the device could eventually allow him to control his wheelchair, or even a futuristic humanoid robot. And you see that being pushed heavily. And that's why a lot of jobs are about to be cut, because robots are taking over.
Yep.
Even with the tech in its current more limited state, it hasn't all been smooth sailing though. At one point, an issue with the device caused him to lose control of his computer altogether when it partially disconnected from his brain.
Yep.
You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is what happens when you have confidence
Yeah.
and faith, all right, okay, in this left-hand technology, man. All right? And look at it. It broke down. Okay? And he said that was really upsetting, to say the least. He said, I didn't know if I would be able to use Neuralink ever again.
Right.
Right, so it disconnected. So here it is. He was back to square one.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And again, if you've been following the first guy that Elon Musk's company Neuralink put a chip in, his name is Nolan Arbor. All right? He's a paraplegic.
Yep.
He's paralyzed from the neck down. So he's basically, again, when he lost this technology, that disconnect, he lost everything. His spirit
hope.
was broken once again.
Yep.
Because he was back down to square one. All right, and this is what happens when you trust in this devil, man.
Yep.
He's always going to disappoint you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
Yep.
All right?
I had two precepts for you.
Go on.
This book of Psalms, chapter 118 and verse 8, it says, "It is better to trust in the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shai, than to put confidence in man."
Mm-hmm.
So it's better, you got to trust in Yahweh Bashim Shai. You trust in this devil, all right, to put something in you to make you, to make you function, try to be sort of normal. All right, but the Lord put you in that position, so
Right.
you gotta pray to Him to get you out of that position.
Exactly.
Man. But you put your faith and your confidence in man, like, oh, Elon Musk, he's our savior, so you're looking at him as a god.
Exactly.
That shit.
Mm-hmm.
So Lord, that's why that shit. The Lord had a reality check for you, man.
Yep. And so, hey, man, but like we were talking before we started this lesson, this guy, man, he's going to deceive a lot of people.
Yeah.
All right. He's a paraplegic. All right. Notice that's what this devil is doing. He's using these paraplegics, those that can't move their body, as test dummies.
Yeah.
All right. And as a following, as a cult,
Yep.
to worship this technology. Like, look, hey, he's able to use that brain chip, all right, to play video games and pay his bills and all this stuff.
Yep.
All right. It's actually helping, that community, that base. All right. So this is a good thing. All right. But it's all set up, man, for the hour of temptation.
Yep.
Hey, that's why the scripture says you can't be ignorant of Satan's devices.
Right.
All right. Get that.
Yep.
We're if you see, that's the thing, man. A lot of our people don't know that they're at war 24/7 with this man. Okay. All right. We're in a warfare, man.
Yeah.
A spiritual warfare. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the elites, all right, of this that run this world, all right, they are our enemy, man. You have to understand that. And they're going to use cripples,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? They're going to use the TV,
Mhm.
all right? They're going to use sellouts to beguile you, man,
Yeah.
to get you to go along with their agenda.
All right.
Okay? You got to understand that, man. We're in war 24/7, 7 days a week. Like that that's the best way to explain this.
Right.
While we waiting on the Lord, we're in a spiritual warfare.
Right.
All right? War doesn't stop, man.
Don't.
Okay, if you've been over, like I always tell brother, when I went to Iraq, there was no breaks.
Yeah.
When I was out there for a year, war was 24/7, 7 days. There was no break. So let's take a break.
Yes.
There's no fucking breaks, man. Okay,
All right.
that's how you gotta look at how when you're in this truth, man. We're in a spiritual warfare, and this devil's coming at many angles, man.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't taking breaks, and you shouldn't either, man.
Right.
Okay, in the spirit.
Yes, like because he want his new world order.
Right.
And the Lord said we're gonna have war with Amalek for generations and generations. Amalek is our top enemy. He's the one that's controlling this, the head of Esau, man. And we're not even. I'll bring this out. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 11 says, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices."
You see, we're not ignorant of his devices. All right, so we see where this is, and yeah, he's going to use those that are disabled, as a platform to beguile the masses.
Yep.
And the masses are going to go along because they're going to be like, yo, how could you be so cruel? This is supposed to help these people. These people are paralyzed, but nobody's asking why they got paralyzed, and nobody's giving it to the Lord. Like, hey, there's a reasoning behind all this. There's a reason why the Lord paralyzed this person, okay? All right?
Right.
There's a reasoning behind it, okay? There's a reason why the Lord puts people to death,
Yep.
okay? Whoever perished being innocent,
Job.
okay? But nobody's giving it to Yahweh Bashim Shai. They're always basically justifying, all right, people's misfortunes, man.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, wait a minute, man, all right? What does the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob have to say about this?
Right.
All right? Okay? And so, yeah, they're going to use disabled people as the test dummies, all right, to push this chip onto the masses.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to see. They're going to see it. We see it. We say it all the time. It's going to be on CNN, Fox. You're going to see a disabled paraplegic buying and selling with his brain, at Walmart,
Right.
at Target, at Whole Foods, because really it's the food.
Yeah.
They're going to use the food, using crypto. Yeah, he used Bitcoin with his brain.
Right.
I see it. I fucking see it, man.
Yeah.
Okay?
The prophets were called seers.
Yeah.
Before they was called
Exactly,
prophets.
Khan. Yep. And that's why the whole crypto thing's being pushed out. And that ain't going away. All right? And not financial advice, but brother, sister, you should learn it because we might have to use this for a season. Just using wisdom, man. Yep. It is what it is, man. Just like we have to use this damn phone for everything now, right? Okay, we have to use the computer now. Now we're using credit cards and debit. All right, it is what it is. You got it. Hey, like the Paul say, there's gonna be a point we're gonna have to use the CBDC or stable coin. In America, it's gonna be stable coin. Same shit. Just they just glossed it saying stablecoin instead of CBDC because it's taboo CBDC. It's the same shit. Right. It's programmable. It can be controlled.
Yep.
Okay. Anyway, you got it.
Yep. Esau, like we brought, we're not ignorant of his devices, man. And the Lord put the spirits on. The scripture said the Lord revealed His secrets unto His servants, the prophets, man. That's why the prophets go out and warn the people what's really going on. We the real news people, man. We the new news broadcasters, whatever they call it, man, because we tell you exactly what's going on because it's the will of the Lord, man. Yep. So if you don't listen to the prophets, you're gonna be deceived by those miracles, so-called miracles, man. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 in verse 8. It says, "Then shall that wicked be revealed," because Esau, Edom is the wicked, the rulers of this society, man. It says, "Whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of His mouth." With the spirit of His mouth, He's being consumed by the prophets, man. Started with apostles and elders, great millstone. It says, with the spirit of His, it's like it says, "Whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of His mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of His coming." That's when our Lord Yahushua returns. Verse 9, "Even Him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power, signs, and lying wonders."
There you go. Yep. That's heavy. That's heavy. That fulfills exactly with this whole microchip, the RFID chip. Okay? And signs and lying wonders. Yep. And people are wondering, like, wow, this paraplegic, he's able to play video games with his brain. He's able to pay his bills using his brain. Wow. Like, come on, man. And it makes sense why it says the whole world wondered after the beast, man. Right. Okay? Yep. This whole, this beast system. Okay? So, yeah. You got more on that?
I had like two more, but you wanted something?
No, finish that off, and then we'll close out with Ezekiel 2.
Okay.
All
right. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and I'll read verse 9 again. It says, "Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan," because he's a physical counterpart of Satan. It says, "with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusions, that they shall believe a lie." So y'all believe, the Lord gonna give you over to your delusions, to your your lies that you conjured up in your head. You said, all right, Esau, he's gonna help me out with this chip or this brain chip, this RFID chip, so I'm gonna get it. So that's the Lord gave you over to that delusion. Yep. You're gonna be cooking in that fire.
That fire, and then prior to that, you're gonna be having ulcers. Right. You're gonna be looking like a zombie, a real zombie, because your mind was a zombie anyway. Now it's gonna show its physical form. When you get those ulcers by taking that device, because Revelation 16, that's prophecy has to be fulfilled.
Right. Gruesome sword.
Gruesome sword. Yup.
You want to start at the top? Or
yeah, start at 1, and then we'll end at 5. It says the same thing that it says in Ezekiel 33.
This book, Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 1, it says, "And he said unto me, Son of man, stand upon thy feet, and I will speak unto thee."
And we are standing upon our feet. Okay. The Lord raised us up. He raised up, all right, the servants, the prophets, all right, to speak the words of the Lord. Okay, we didn't know we were going to be prophets. Nope. None of us knew that we were going to be prophesying, all right, the words of Yahweh Bashem Shai going into the Bible. Right. Okay. All right. That's how you know. All right. This isn't of man. Okay. Right. You have to be ordained by the Lord. You have to be chosen. Yeah. You can't choose to be a prophet. The Lord has to choose you. You got it.
I didn't even know what a prophet was.
Yeah.
I didn't even know about.
I'm in the same boat, brother. I
wasn't like a prophet.
Yep. I'm in the same boat.
This is Ezekiel 2 and verse 2. It says, "In the spirit, enter into me when he spake unto me, and set me upon my feet, that I heard him that spake unto me." Verse 3, it says, "And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that have rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day." Right.
So the Lord put us on game. All right. Once again, He told us, all right, that I'm going to send you to a rebellious people, a stiff-necked, all right, to this very day. And we clearly see it. Because here it is. It's literally the prophecies are speaking. It's in your face, and the bulk of our people are still, all right, lusting after Babylon in this world.
Right.
Even those that know that they're Israelites. Okay, still changing up the doctrine. All right, still bringing out, all right, BS heresy, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know.
Yep.
You know, Lord put us on game. That's why we don't give a damn what you got to say. Y'all taking L's.
Yeah.
You know that?
Yep. Losing.
Yup. Continue.
Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 3 again. It says, "And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that have rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day."
Mm-hmm.
Verse 4, "For they are imputed children and stiff-hearted. I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith Yahweh Bashem Al Shai."
Right, and that's what we're saying. Thus saith the Lord. That's all we're just coming out of the scriptures, not our own vain opinion. We're going into the scriptures, and then we'll go into the words, dividing the word of truth. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, the mark. Right. It's charagma.
Yeah.
All right, which literally, all right, means an incision.
Right.
To puts all right, to open up and put something inside you, man.
Right.
All right, literally, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Bishop Nate, he knows that.
He knows
it. One of his readers, I think Yuri, he said it, but he said it wrong. Then Bishop Nate said it's called charagma.
Yep.
So he knew it.
Yeah, because he said charma.
Charma, yeah, something like that.
One of his men were reading it,
yeah,
and mispronounced the how to pronounce the word. That word when you go into the Greek word of Mark, right. He said charma, and then Bishop Nathaniel, respect for the title, said no, it's charagma, which proves that he knows.
He's been watching the
and he's been watching it.
Yeah, we had like Elder Pastor's deemed the year of the charagma or something like that. So we was going through the whole breakdown that year, man. But this is Ezekiel 2 and verse 5. It says, "And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall they know that there have been a prophet among them."
See that? Yet you will know that a prophet have been among you, whether you hear or forbear. Mm-hmm. All right? Everybody going to know, when the hour of temptation comes,
that's right,
that a prophet was among them. And they're going to be, a lot of them are going to be scrambling, looking to find us. But hey, we're not going to be on them highways and byways. We're not going to be doing, first of all, they're going to take down the internet. Right. Okay? They can't have this up when they push that device. That's just me speaking as a man. When they push that device, that's it. They're going to take all these videos down, all right, because they want the masses to take it, man.
Yep. They're going to be hitting those the ones who's made their tongue fall upon themselves.
Yeah.
I forgot what they call them. The whistleblowers and stuff like that. They're going to clip their videos too.
Yeah,
that's how they with that CV-19
exactly.
Shit,
Yup. With the C1, the C to the 1 to the 9, you know. But that was it, man.
Yeah, that was it.
Hey, you're going to know a prophet have been among you. That's the title. And things are speeding up pertaining to prophecy. And this is the will of the Lord. All right. So you clowns thinking you have a 5-10 year plan. The Lord is going to, all right, confound you, put you to shame.
Yep.
Okay. And with that, I want to give all praises and all glory to
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Makakodash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who grew well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today.
That's right.
And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai's sake. Love you, brothers. Keep it door, keep the faith, keep pushing, keep fighting, keep studying. Pray without ceasing. Pray for each other. Pray for the apostles and elders. All right, as they get up in age, pray for their health and longevity.
That's right.
For the few sisters that are watching, keep studying. When you pray with your head covered. Shalom.
Shalom.